Let's talk about expressing time on the hour. Сколько сейчас времени? To ask what time it is in Russian, use сколько, how much, with времени, literally, how much of time. Времени is the genitive form of время, meaning time. Сейчас час. For 1 o'clock, we'll just say час, no need for the word один, and we'll use the basic singular form час, meaning hour. Сейчас 2 часа. Сейчас 3 часа. Сейчас 4 часа. Сейчас 5 часов. Сейчас 6 часов. So, to state the time, we don't need a preposition, and unlike English, we don't need the word it as a subject, and of course we don't need the verb to be in the present tense. Also, in conversational Russian, it's really common to pronounce сейчас as щас. Сколько сейчас времени? Сейчас 5 часов. But let's look carefully at these forms of час. After 2, 3, and 4, we say часа. And after 5 through 12, we say часов. This is part of a much bigger topic of nouns after numbers, but for now you can just memorize these two forms, часа and часов. After 2, 3, 4, we'll say часа, and we'll use часов after 5, 6, and so on up through 12, 12. Now, just as we use the preposition v to say on which day something happens, we can use v to ask and to tell at which time something happens. Во сколько он встает? В час. You'll notice that we're adding the letter o to the v before сколько, and we use the singular час for 1 o'clock. В 2 часа. В 3 часа. В 4 часа. В 5 часов. В 6 часов. And you see we're still using часа and часов depending on the preceding number. Часа after 2, 3, 4, and часов after 5 on up through 12, 12. Actually, this pattern of using часов continues up through 20, 20, though you won't need to use those numbers for talking about time with the 12-hour clock. Summing up, be sure to think about prepositions and case when you learn any time expression in Russian, because the usage often won't match English usage. To say at which time something happens, use the preposition v, and note that the forms of the numbers themselves will not be changing here. But be sure to memorize the special forms of час that are needed with numbers. Часа after 2, 3, 4, and часов after 5 through 12. Finally, you'll notice that we talked only about clock time on the hour in this podcast. The Russian equivalents for 2:45 or 10 to 5 are a little bit more complicated, so it's best to cover them in a separate session.